Hi, my loves. Okay, so I've been thinking about my... this is going to be a tarot reading, by the way. I'm going to do a collective reading of just energy update for the collective. I got 2 new decks, the before and after tarot decks. They're so cool. So I'm going to use them. I just wanted to talk about my idea for this monthly development circle. I've decided that I want the energy to stay the same throughout it. So rather than people coming in and out on different months, I want to work with like 11, maximum 11 people for 4 months, but it's like meeting once a month on a full moon night for like an hour on Zoom. And we will, so I'll plan 4 different kind of lesson-y type things that we're going to learn. I'm going to teach to do with development. And definitely one of those, and that's why I want it to be that people commit to doing these 4, because one of them I'm going to have that people, you guys, or maybe at some point in each of them, a couple of people have a go at doing readings for each other, and I oversee them. And also each time I'll do like a card pull for each person, so you get like a very short reading with me each time. And then maybe one of you reads for another person each time to practice. And then I also teach things like, I don't know, I'll plan it out. I'm going to start it on the pink full moon, which is April the 16th, because I'm away in March talking about my work when the full moon falls. So please let me know if you're interested in being involved in that. You can check out the full moons from April and see the dates and see if you're available. I'll probably do it at about 6 p.m. UK time for an hour on Zoom. So just see if you can do that. I think it will be £11 each one. So that would be £44. It's very good value. And I think it will be a nice supportive environment for everyone. Maximum 11 people. You'll get a little mini reading from me each time. Very short, like 1 card pull, but you will develop, and it's a like-minded group of people. You know, I think it could be really nice. So please start letting me know if you're interested, and I'll put down the names first come, first serve, and then I'll work it out nearer the time. And obviously you can change your mind, but it would be good if you're like really sure you want to do it, because I'll have a waiting list if there are extra people who are interested anyway. But yeah, so let's do now a little mini... I was about to shuffle the decks together. That would be absolutely crazy and very hard to know which card was which. Luckily they have different backs. Right, okay, what is a collective message? So connecting in to anyone watching this video across all time and space. My gatekeeper guide, opening channels of clear communication with my higher self, my team of light, the angels, guides, ancestors, connecting in, giving clear understanding for anyone watching this about the energies they need to understand or know at the moment, any kind of updates for them, any messages, closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields, and wrapping us all in universal love, light, and protection. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel quite strange at the moment energetically. I can't work out what is going on, but I get a sense that something is going on. I don't know whether this is within like deep soul connections and the twin flame community, or if this is something more global or what, but it feels, and I know that there's quite interesting astrology going on at the moment that hasn't happened for a while, and I'm not an astrologer, but it could be something to do with that. What's coming out? Oh, that's too many things, but the High Priestess is there. Let's see, what do we need to know about the energy currently, or any messages? All of this might apply to you, some of this might apply to you, so just take what resonates as always. But it feels like there's some hidden stuff going on here, for sure. With the 7 of Swords, that's like unseen things at hand, strategic, needing to be prepared for the unexpected. This guy is like, has just, is this the before or after tarot? This is the after tarot. He's just stolen these swords and he's thinking, how can I go back and get the other swords? But then he's about to step into this kind of trap as well. So it's this idea of like, there is something underhand, under the current going on. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but there is something bubbling away underneath at the moment energetically Ten of Swords is here, so this could be quite cathartic. This could be about a release. This could be about letting go of something from the past, perhaps. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new, grounded, stable beginning coming in. So it's weird. It's like between the beginning and the end, there is some kind of undercover energy. But it's weird that there's between the beginning and the end rather than between the end and the beginning. So it's like it's like quantum. It's like there's a beginning and an end rather than an end and a new beginning, if that makes sense. It's weird. It's like in the end is the beginning, in the beginning is the end. It's a bit like wild card kind of energy of cycles, it feels like. But there is something unknown about this change in energy. It could just be an energetic change. Oh, judgment, as I say that, which is literally like these cycles of death and rebirth, which is kind of this energy in minor arcana form in a way. And then the Judgment card, it's like, yeah, past life karmic stuff could be being worked through. There could be some kind of judgment call on something. Whoa. Oh my God. Okay, loads fell, but some fell upwards, and I'm going to pick them up. Because we have the Devil. That is very karmic. Could be around a soul connection or just any karmic addictive behaviors. The Six of Swords is a need to move away from that. Okay. And we have also got the Empress, the King of Wands, and Temperance. So this is about being patient, getting into the nurturing energies, something being healed. Oh, and Five of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe some kind of masculine energy or boss type energy, something from the past that wants to come back in. New decks always are a bit skitty in my hands. Like I haven't totally, they fall apart, fall away and stuff. Fall down, fall out in weird ways. Something about a fall is quite important here as well. I feel like there could be something going on with career and finances, being worried about that, but also longing and missing something or someone. There being patience and healing involved in this. Something around motherhood and children could also be at play here. Let's ask a question in a way where we can get an answer that's helpful. I love using new decks because I always see different things in them. And whenever I get a new deck, I want to change my whole deck that I'm making. My deck will probably it will be like, once it's done though, I want it to be like my ultimate deck that I've made, so I don't mind it taking a while, but it will take a while, just because I love tarot so much, and I want it to be perfect. But okay. Queen of Pentacles, needing to be patient and grounded. Again, there's a little snake bringing this pentacle, and it's a bit Seven of Swords-y energy. So I think there's something unexpectedly going on, and it could be around your finances and career for a lot of people. What is the advice for people at the moment? Knight of Cups. Interesting that he's giving it to this woman here. He's giving this love offer here. So there's some kind of communication as advice. It could be to be in touch with your emotions, allow yourself to feel your emotions, perhaps even saying something to someone, as long as you haven't been, speaking to them a lot and not getting a response. Say you've been wanting to reconnect with someone and you haven't spoken to them for a long time and you're wondering if it's a good idea to reach out. There could be that energy, especially if it's to do with an apology, because it feels like there's this trapped energy of limiting beliefs. It's interesting as well, in this card we have this other figure is he there to help her? Is he there as like a kind of shadow figure imprisoning her? What is the relationship between these two, It's like, is he kind of like her guard? Like, he seems kind of a bit menacing though. Maybe this person has this kind of hold over you that makes you feel quite trapped, And it feels like it's like the same woman here as well. Maybe it would liberate you to actually speak your truth in some way. Even if you don't get the response you might desire, it may free you in some way from being in this energy of always wondering about them and making them, I don't know, it's like taking charge over your own life, isn't it? But the thing is, rather than like willing them to contact you, or thing is, I mean, you must only do what feels right for you. This is only if this resonates that you should take this advice, because you are responsible for your own life and your decisions, and manifestation is real, and there could be some internal conflict. If this is not a love thing, I feel like this could just be an offer or an apology or some kind of communication that does free you if there's conflict around a group of people. But I am getting that this could be a twin flamey deep soul connection energy with this card coming out. It could also just be that it will bring you a lot of harmony to speak your truth, but we have the Emperor and we had the Empress earlier. We got the Ace of Wands. It feels like there wants to be a passionate new beginning, but there is conflict and maybe too many people and some limiting beliefs that might be standing in the way of this. But what is your advice? Like, what could you do here? 9 of Pentacles, be in your power. Be in your power. It's always the answer. And embrace the new. Embrace the new beginning. It's interesting because in this deck, it's like, is this dog? This dog is usually happily beside him, but it almost looks like this dog is kind of a bit angry here. I don't know. But anyway, maybe the dog's just chasing its tail. But he's about to pluck this white rose that he always carries, which is a symbol for faith, hope, and love. So maybe it's about being single, independent on your own. Maybe there has been this feeling of a missed opportunity and someone not taking the cup you offered them. But in this deck, he is actually drinking the Ace of Cups, and then he's thinking about the 3 of Cups, because this must be the before. So someone is thinking about their options. And I feel like there is going to be fast movement and communication here. This is about you being in your power. This is your message, to be in your power, to manifest, but actually maybe even take inspired action. Again, you have to use your own discretion on that. Let's see. For the people, I'll use a different deck, although I love these decks. I'll use these decks. I'll get 1 card from each. For the people where this is about a love thing, how is this person feeling about them? Maybe decide if you want to be 1 or 2 or 3, and I'll get a card for each. So split yourself into 1, 2, or 3 right now. How is the person feeling in the mutual energies, the strongest energy between the people who choose group 1? How is this person feeling about them? And let's carry on. How is the person feeling about group 2 people? Strongest message for group 2 people. How is the person feeling? And then, they're sliding everywhere. How is the person feeling about group 3 people? These deep soul connections are really hard work, guys. I empathize for anyone who's having a hard time at the moment. It is tricky. But you can make yourself feel a lot better, and you can step into your own power. It is possible. I can help with that in personal readings and manifestation stuff, but even I have good days and bad days with that. And surrender is just accepting that you feel something and you can't really change that, and just being at peace with that. That is surrender, in case anyone's wondering, because you hear a lot, you have to surrender, you have to surrender. A lot of people don't really know what that means. And it's, you'll work it out for yourself, but it's not a one-time thing, it's constant. Just when you think you've surrendered, you'll have another surrender. It's kind of ongoing. Group 3, how is this person feeling? Okay, let's see. Group 1, group 2, funny that group 3 got the 8 of Swords after I was saying that. So group 1's people, they're deep in contemplation. They are thinking a lot about this. but they're quite withdrawn, going inwards, maybe trying to heal something, and it may be a necessary period. I know it's so annoying, divine timing, but they are the most probably out of reach, so I wouldn't suggest reaching out to this person if this is your group, because it feels like they're doing some deep soul searching. I mean, again, up to you. Don't expect anything in return. If you do it just with open kind of loving energy, but it feels like this person, sorry, I'm just getting my kitten, she's looking at me, mummy, I want to come up. This person is going inwards, and it's like they're trying to find their guiding light within. They're trying to, and you know, that's a good thing. That's a good thing if they can get, she loves going on my shoulder, if they can get into that energy of self-healing. Group 2's people are feeling very drawn to them. This may be a group that's doing a lot of manifestation stuff, or putting a lot of energy into yourself, empowering yourself, knowing your value, knowing your worth. They certainly feel that you're very sexual. They may be thinking they would like to communicate in some way or see you. And they're seeing your power. Group 3 people, they are feeling extremely trapped by their limiting beliefs here. A lot of fears, a lot of projection going on, a lot of reflected, she's crazy, a lot of reflected insecurities and woundings happening, where you're working through these things through each other, through the connection. And there's a real need for this group to kind of free themselves. I'm talking about the person you're thinking about, but if it's a deep soul connection or twin flame connection, the more you free yourself, the more they can also. So it applies to you. Now I would just like to get some general oracle cards for anyone, not necessarily the people who are watching in a romantic sense. Just for anyone who watches this, just some oracle cards. Again, you could split yourself into 1, 2, or 3, and you can choose a different number, and this is for everyone. I'll use 3 oracle decks, and I'll get some, or I'll use 3 different decks. Group 1 people, what do they need to know? It's kind of a crazy reading where it splits off. I think that's nice. It's like a collective message, but then there are bits for different people. Group 2, I don't know, I was very guided to do this and I have no plan, it's just coming out like this, so there we go, group 2. And group 3, let's use this. Group 3 people, what do they need to know? Okay, we'll go with the one that's on top. Group 1 people, yes, just say yes. So if you asked a question, or if this reading has brought up a question for you, then the answer is yes. This could involve a group of people, a supportive group of people. Maybe you were thinking, should I join the development circle? Maybe is the person thinking about me? Whatever it is, it feels like a yes energy. And also something about you just saying yes to something. Group 2 people, we have communication is key. That doesn't surprise me. I would say that that's your advice. I'd say that's about you maybe speaking your truth, but also it depends. If you've been communicating a lot and not getting a response, then obviously you need to match their energy and pull back. But if you need to speak some kind of truth in any context, then communication is key. And group 3, and you could have been drawn to all of these anyway, serendipity. You're going to be getting signs and synchronicities here. And you do also have the not for you card, and that's about game playing or things like that. And then we have exchanging gifts. So there needs to be an open exchange that is not in this kind of 7 of Swords game playing-ish energy, but also you may be getting some signs and synchronicities around something not being for you. So you'll know how that applies, but watch out for signs from the universe. I think that's good. Let me just get a couple more cards if there's anything else for anyone else. 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 2 of Cups. It was on the bottom of the deck and then it came back out. Interesting. 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take. There needs to be an equal give and take, especially with the 2 of Cups, which can be the card of soulmates and a spiritual connection and a love connection. But if this is about work, it just symbolizes something where there has to be an equal give and take. But this is what's maybe happening at the moment. There's some kind of shift towards some kind of unity, union, and balance, whether this be a romantic connection or a work situation. But it may have been that there's been some kind of pause or period of separation or period of reflection, time off, a need for a break in some way to give this balance into your life again. Because something feels like it was maybe out of balance, so there had to be some kind of pause or break or whatever, period of no contact or needing to take a break from your job or whatever it is, so that there could be this kind of recovery. But at the end of it, there is a chance for some kind of harmonious thing here. Let's just get one more card. Death, rebirth, endings and beginnings. That's what's going on at the moment. There's powerful transformation going on, and there is fast movement forward. Trust that whatever's happening is for your highest good, even if you can't see how it is at the time. Put your intention that it is. Know that the universe is always helping you. Set your intentions, plant your seeds and manifestations. Speak your truth if you need to. Cut things out that aren't good for you, have good boundaries, and then just trust that everything is going to evolve for your highest good. That's all you can do. That is what faith is. I did a meditation the other day, and in it, when I meditate, it's very active. Even if I don't, I have guided meditations for myself that I do, or I listen to ones that I make for people because they're helpful for me as well, obviously. I'm talking about not personal ones. I'm talking about like my cord cutting meditation or my abundance meditation that are my general ones on my Etsy. I listen to those as well sometimes. But every morning and night I do 15 minutes, unless I've, on rare occasions I don't, but most days I do 15 minutes in the morning as soon as I wake up, and 15 minutes before I fall asleep of, meditation just with healing hearts. And I was doing a meditation, and this figure came in, and they were like, "It's Teresa." I know someone called Teresa who was one of my parents' friends who died when I was younger. So I was like, "Teresa?" And then I saw that they were wearing this kind of white and blue head thing, and I was like, "Oh, Mother Teresa?" I don't know a lot about Mother Teresa, by the way, at all. I didn't even know that she kind of wore that, but I sort of knew, so I must have known somewhere, remembered that. And she said to me that it was really important that I looked up a quote she had on faith. And I was like, okay, this means nothing. Like, I don't understand this. I don't know about her. I don't know about this stuff with faith. Some people may know this, but there's actually a book that's coming out or has come out. And it's like all of her writings while she was doing all of her work, where she felt like God, she couldn't hear God, and she couldn't feel spirit, and she felt like she was pretending the whole time, basically. Like she was doing all this work, but she didn't really believe. She had a dark night of the soul and a crisis of faith, but it went on for years and years, and she died in that feeling as well. And a lot of, religious people see this as her biggest act of faith, because even though she didn't really have the faith anymore, she still carried on. She still did have faith. She kind of trusted that although she no longer heard God, it didn't mean he wasn't there. She just felt he had forsaken her to make her suffer so she could understand his suffering or something. I think it was Jesus she could no longer hear. And I was like, wow, I don't know what to make of this from my meditation. It's like undying faith and belief in this figure that you love and you just want to be in your life but is absent. I was like, this is kind of like the twin flame journey. I mean, if you're religious, you'll probably think that is so sacrilegious of me, but I think she came to me to, for her, Jesus was her DM. He was like her divine masculine, and she just wanted his love, and he went silent on her. But she didn't ever doubt that connection was there. I mean, I'm literally now unpacking my meditation in this thing I'm saying. So yeah, I'm like analyzing it now. But I think the message was there, and I was like, but what is the message? Because she was deeply unhappy. So is this a good way to be? Like, I was like, well, is she showing me this? Because she's like, maybe don't do what I did. But I don't think so, because she did a lot of good and she helped a lot of people, even if, and it's not that I don't have faith at all. I totally feel in touch with my angels and the universe and guides. I don't thankfully, I would hate for that to suddenly go away, that connection. So I can understand how that would feel awful for her to have that calling, to feel that connection, and then that to go away, and then she would probably question it. And I even saw on YouTube a reader who had this really negative comment from one of her YouTube subscribers, and it gave her this crisis of faith, and then she got all these signs and synchronicities from the universe. And I wrote under that, yeah, that will happen. Like, if you ever, I don't get a crisis of faith, but if I ever get a crisis about my twin flame thing, I will get, like, my clients will send me things about their dreams that totally make sense to me, or I'll get like random builders in the street saying, I'm your guardian angel, you're protected, when I'm worried about if I have had like a spiritual attack. So I get a lot of reassurance from the universe when I need a sign. So maybe this is a sign for any of you, that if you're feeling like this journey is so difficult, and this can be anything, it's not just the twin flame journey, this spiritual journey is so difficult, and you know, you have a bit of a crisis of faith, or you have a crisis of just feeling like you're alone, or whatever it is, you can just sort of like, you know, ask Archangel Michael to come and help you, ask your guides and angels to give you signs. And it may not seem like your request is answered, but it always is. You always get an answer. It may not be the answer you want, or it may not be in the way you realize, but in time you'll look back and see that you did. And praying and setting your intentions and manifestation, that also always comes into fruition if you're in alignment with what you want. But if you're doing it for a specific person, that's why I do general manifestation, because the universe will give you what's for your highest good. So you may ask for your connection with this person to unfold in the way it's meant to, and it may not be what you want, but it is the way it's meant to, for your highest good. You've agreed to some kind of lessons together or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why I was guided to share that, but hopefully that's useful for some of you. This is the kind of stuff we can talk about in my development thing. Yin, getting into the receptive mode, asking for signs and synchronicities, working on your self-love. There is this inner well within you of knowledge and wisdom and divine feminine energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It's about energy. It's this kind of receptive yin energy. Anyway, that's all, guys. Much love, light, and positivity. Love my new decks. I get new decks with my donations, my tips, I mean, on my Etsy, and I love new decks. I love new decks. Anyway, guys, much love, light, positivity, and I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll see you when I see you. By the way, yesterday I came on and did like a really long live free readings for subscribers. I don't keep those videos up afterwards because I think for confidentiality it's better not to, but in case you didn't know that I do that. So be sure you subscribe if you want to catch when I do that. I don't ever know when I'm going to do it. I just suddenly do it. So subscribe, but also hit the bell icon, because then you'll be notified. I'll be back at some point soon to do that. Anyway, much love, light, positivity. Take care, everyone.